Nuna Talk. I'm Zara.
I'm Sophia.
And today we're joined by the CEO and founder of Tani Events and Entertainment, Sheetal.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you so much for coming and talking to us and chatting with us about what it's like to bring the K-pop experience to India. Before we get into all of that and so many questions that even all of you have for Sheetal, we are Nuna Talk, a podcast where we talk about K-pop, K-drama, K-culture. We're here on YouTube. We're on podcasting platforms like Spotify. So you can just get the audio version if you want. If you're on an audio version, please come look at me on YouTube because this is the first time I've not worn a t-shirt in many months. Please. I'm very happy about that. Thank you. Thank you. The
Ethnic
effort.
wear.
I'm doing it for Sheetal. I wanted to glow up.
Thank you
Are
so much,
also
guys.
key influencers under the South Korean government for the year of 2024. And this month we're looking at the Jong of Korea, absolutely butchering that, which is the love of Korea. And I think all three of us are experts on the love of Korea.
Let's begin from the beginning. Sheetal, tell us a bit about Tani Entertainment, how it started, and how you got into all of this.
Oh my God, that's a really long story and yet a very personal story, frankly. But yeah, so my journey started with Tani just a year back. Last April, we began a journey, and we are just a 1 year baby old. I really tell ourselves that we are just the babies right now. But yeah, there is a personal touch to it. I myself, I'm a fan of K-pop, K-dramas, a lot of artists, and of course the special name Tani basically is derived from my daughter, that is Tanishka, and she is the one who is instrumental in me getting Tani on grounds. I can say that.
Oh, that's so
Also,
nice.
is she a fan as well?
She is a huge fan, as well as she actually is the one who's first taken me to Korea last 2 years back. She was the one who made me push to go to Korea and see this place, know more about it. She's trying to do something on her lines from in her field, and that's how I reached Korea, I should say, and that's how Tani actually was born.
Wow.
That's incredible. Yeah, elevating mother-daughter experiences.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I actually say that Tani is about Tanishka and Tani is about Korea, and Tani is about, actually, it's not only about Korea, it's about many other things. But yeah, we are slowly and steadily progressing into genres and different things that countries as well, I will say, zones as well. Not only limiting ourselves to one particular genre, but maybe progressing to others. There is a roadmap. Slowly and steadily, you'll see us progress there.
You keep saying slow. For a year, you've already put on such an immense festival. You've had K-pop acts come to India, which feels like an impossible thing right now, and actually have them perform to Indian audiences.
Yeah, so that's something that I will actually agree on, because this was something that I personally myself felt last year when I began my fanatic, insights when I got into the fandom industry, and I got into knowing more about the artists and knowing more about the culture and the country. And I used to always tell Tanishka, I don't understand why are they not coming to India. They have a huge fandom here. They have a huge potential of getting to know so much about their fan bases here, which is tremendous, which I can resonate with. I can understand at my age, and I'm sure there is even way beyond me that I see. And I used to always tell her, I don't understand, and she used to just tell me only one thing: Mom, if somebody can bring in, you can. I said, are you joking? Why would they come to me? Why would I do this? And she said, I don't know, but I feel if somebody can do this, you can. And I'm not boasting, but I should say somewhere around, I think that kind of clicked my passion of doing and organizing stuff, because I've always been passionate towards events and festivals and music and all the cultural culture. When that thing happened and she said a couple of things, and I said, okay, this is food for thought. This is something that can actually clench my thirst of doing something different and doing something really that I am passionate about. So that's when I started. And I still say we are babies, because we did I will say that there were a couple of other companies and people who were actually working on this segment since years, and I am really a baby. They are the veterans, and I'm sure they have had the tough times that I also go through at times, and I also have seen that in the first leg of our journey. The first 6-7 months were the most tedious for us to break even from whatever communications and language barriers or the culture barriers. So for that we had to put in a lot of efforts of going to the country, meeting them, feeling the culture, feeling the vibe, getting the comfort first of all to yourself, to adapt to that culture yourself, and then to bring to the fans of India. India is so culturally, it's a heritage in itself. And then to get another culture and say, this is what I present to you. It was not easy, I should say that. But the thing is, what actually inspired me the most is I could see a lot of resemblance of culture and festivals and a lot of rituals, and even in the religious factors, I could see a lot of resemblance when I went there for the 2 trips that I did on a personal level, not for the business level. And I will emphasize that because that was totally personal. And I stayed there for almost 2 weeks and 3 months and something like that. And when I got to know about the people, about them, and of what they think and how they feel, I felt yes, we as Indians, we are very adaptable with all the cultures and everything together. So this is something that we will be eventually be very much happy having on board, because it's not way beyond. It's not like east, west, north, south. It is like we are there. It's just that there are little nuances that would stand us apart to them and them apart to us. So
Yeah, that's so true, because even when like my parents love watching K-dramas, and even like when I watch it, I feel like culturally there are so many similarities as kids in terms of like all of our family and like a lot of those
A lot of
things.
community aspects as well.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, they are also family oriented. They do have these family gatherings. They do have the culture of bowing down to your elders, which we also have. And even the little nuances of the ancestral things. And there are so many things that we can say that we do resemble, even if not 100%, but we are still there. They are also following some traditions and some things, and we also are so bound by our traditions and our what do you say, beliefs, and they too are. So that's where I felt more connected. And once the language barrier was broken somewhere, so I think it made it very, very comfortable and very easy for us to start working on bigger ventures, I should say, slowly and steadily.
Yeah.
So, aside from the language barrier, which you've mentioned, what were some? I'm sure there were a lot of challenges, but what was, say, like 1 or 2 of the biggest challenges you faced trying to bring, K-pop to India?
Yeah, so the first challenge was, as I said, the language.
Hmm.
And the second challenge was building the trust and the comfortable understanding of each other, which I will say was very instrumental in building the bond that I have now created with people there, the companies there, the casual people. Even if I would say, in whatever little I have been able to understand them and know more about that country, Korea and South Korea. And I will say I have been very happy to see that I could build some relationships which I see going for a long run. It is going to be something that will be staying with me for years and years to come, and I would want them to be a part of me being. I can call them friends at this point of time. Some of them are friends of mine.
Would
So
you
which
say
is
Chingu?
yeah, the Chingu thing. Yeah, the Chingu thing. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty glad with the kind of progress. Even once I started building the trust, when they started trusting me, when I connected with them, they saw the efforts that I was putting in, and my company and my team was putting into even trying to understand the language, or probably learn the language to communicate it more easily. I think we were there. I think 50% of our hard work was that.
Wow. That sounds like not so easy. And talking about something not so easy, you held a whole Korean festival in India this February. You got like Black Swan, you got so many other artists. And
You.
like as a K-pop fan from India, I think it's something like I became a fan in maybe 2018. And at that point I was like, this can never happen. So, like, just from a fan's perspective, just tell us a little bit about what goes behind the planning of a festival like that. How do you select which artist comes in? How do you make sure that, the location is right, that the right fans are coming? And how long does this process take? Just a little bit, not the entire game plan.
Yeah,
No, so
I'm sure like
I
this
will
episode will go on
actually
forever in that case.
no. So the thing is, I gave the credit to the last K-Town festival that we hold totally to my team, and a team which was totally fresh, and all were just fans. Frankly, I'll be very true to you, honest to you. Not at all from any events background, not at all from any space which would have been a slightest of a professional build kind of a corporate or nothing like that. They were all fans, and we were the whole Tanny team. We call them Tanny team, we call them Dream Weavers, It was only and only because this team of mine, when I first began my journey, they came to me and they said, "Ma'am, let's do something, and we want to get artists. Can we do something?" And I said, "Let's okay, pop on the ideas. Let's see what we can work out with." And the way I could see the sparkle and the twinkle in their eyes when they used to say, "We want to do this, and this is how we want to plan it," and I could see that even not being even slightest aware of how the event space work, or even not being intimidated by the whole idea of getting artists to India, they were more than happy and more than enthusiastic about doing, planning everything out. And yes, it was a process. The planning was a huge process, I will say. So it took us approximately, I think, 6 months, 6 to 7 months to do the first K-Town. We took our time. The major time was basically getting in the first 3 artists to India, getting the confirmations and making them feel comfortable to come to India, So yeah, that process did take, I should say, confirming the artist took me 4 to 5 months. And the last 2 months was basically just there, because the team was already working on the project since I said 6-7 months, and we were just waiting for the last confirmations to happen from the artist teams. And once we had the artist teams confirmed, we were like, the team was like, "Let's go, it's now, do it." Like they did not have any other option. And that's where K-Town Festival 2024 happened in February.
That's so impressive to have done it in that short amount of time. You're saying 6 months as if it's a long time. 6 months is nothing. Hair grows this much in 6 months. But
And mine
now,
was falling at that 6 months.
I'm sure the stress. But okay, we'll talk more about K-Town Part 2 in a little bit. But before that, you've got other events also happening alongside. You've got the Emos dance camp happening. Where did that come from? And you've got
Yeah.
incredible artists coming for that as well, like Shreya Shetty, bomb.com.
So the thing is, basically, as I said, Tani is basically Tanishka's vision, and Tanishka herself is passionate about dance, and she pursues her career in dance and music. And she used to go to these camps in London and Korea, and stay there for 5 days, do the workshop camps, and come back. And I used to tell her, "You are spending a bomb going to London and going to Korea, and staying there and paying so much money. Why aren't you asking them to come to India?" And then that's how Tani started. And I will definitely say, for me, it is more about these workshops and camps which are really closer to my heart. Even the first K-pop mentorship boot camp that I had with Aura, Friday Baby Jimmy, that we had held last year. So this is smaller steps taken for the people who are really fans of performing arts as a whole. And they are actually looking to build a career through that. So even if it is getting the Korean choreographers on board or getting the Indian lineups on board, and of course, all if you see the Moss Camp choreographers lineup this time, we have 4 Korean choreographers and top listers that are, and then the 3 Indians which are known in the country and outside the country. So to build that up, this is basically for Tanishka's likes, like in the sense the ones who are really passionate about dance and know the choreography sessions and know that they want to learn more about the choreographies, they want to learn more about the dance factors. That's where we are trying to build it up. It is really, really very intimate kind of a thing for Tanny to have dance camps like that coming to India. So that's the first one that we are creating now for this year. Hope to do multiples in that next year.
That sounds so exciting. And like, I know in terms of diversification, Zara was telling me you also held a LOL festival, which I know is related to Thai dramas, which I don't know much about.
I
But
told you
Zara
earlier on, I'm going to progress. I'm going genre by genre by genre, and it is basically you can just take it that way. Tanny is fan. It's a fan. Tanny means fan. So Tanny is not about only conceptualizing festivals and concerts. It's about basically getting one fan to connect to the another fan of theirs, and it could be a Korean fan, K-pop fan connecting to the T-pop, to the J-pop, to the P-pop, and it is an endless connection that you can have. And that's what we want to do. We want to build a global
such an
connect
overlap as well amongst fans as well. Like Sophia said, I
Absolutely.
like Thai dramas as well, but I also enjoy K-pop. So there's
Yes,
more
exactly.
people to like.
Yeah.
So like
exactly.
you
a little intrigued about the J-pop thing. Can you say a bit more
So
about
we're
that?
working on that for next year. So we already have a roadmap planned for 2025.
Exciting.
You will see different things coming up, different setups coming up. I'm sure you guys have got to look forward to that. The
is there
team is
anything
actually working hard there.
is there anything that we can specifically maybe look forward to? Any hints, any teasers that you can drop for our Mandus today?
You can see. I can tell you one thing. As I said, first I would want to bring in Asia as a whole to come to India in a segment, and then I'm planning to take India to the world, to the Asian continent. So I'm working on that lines as well. And as far as the next year coming up, you can see a lot of solo concerts happening. Just take it like that. My
No,
team is going to give
that's
me.
already
They are
great.
really going to come back to me and say, "Sheetal, you're not supposed to do that."
No, that's great. We need to keep like looking forward to things.
Yes, it is.
If
I'm
you don't have
sure
any-
you're going to be very much happy with the calendar once it comes on in Jan. So
Okay, awesome. We asked our Mandus and a lot of Tani events and entertainment fans questions that they would have for you, and here are some of the ones that there were a lot, but
Oh,
some of the
God.
ones that were very interesting. So first, are there any discounts for students on your tickets, or are you
there
planning
are
in the future?
programs. Yes, so there are programs when we do the dance camps and workshops. We do have special discounts for students coming in, and we do have special discounts on happening on group bookings that come in through the other dance studios, and we do try to work out the best possible. See, it is not about us earning in XYZs. It is mainly about getting the whole thing to come to India, and the team, the fans or the artists or the groups and the children to start coming and experience all these different genres and different styles and events and camps that they can attend to and get a good experience through that. They can learn through that. So we do work out a lot of discounts wherever it is possible. We work out best. In fact, most of the time we try to incorporate some sponsors so that the ticket rates goes down, so that we can work out better pricing for the students when they are coming in. So all different segments do have different kinds of discounts, and even in the festivals, I think we come out with different kind of categories where you can do a group of 5, and you can take a discounted ticket or something. So we do work out the best possible rates for the students as well.
Oh, okay, awesome. I think because there's such a massive student-based audience
Yes.
for such events, they'd be
Yes.
glad to know this.
Yeah.
There are a lot of questions about what other cities K-Town is coming to, if at
Okay,
all.
so yes, it is. It is definitely. India is huge.
Yes.
And fans are everywhere. I'm sure everybody is not going to be able to travel to Mumbai every single time. But I would want to build my stronger base in Mumbai first. So this is my second 2.0 in the year 2025, 24. And we are planning next year. As I said, it's a roadmap. So we are planning to go to other cities, and all the announcements will start from January 2025.
Can we get like a
Okay, mark your
hint?
calendars.
Maybe like a north, south, east, west?
Yeah, all
Mm.
over. In fact, all over.
Oh.
We are
Oh,
working
K-Town
on
is
places.
going on a tour, guys. Heard it here first.
Yeah, maybe I would not go in 1 year. I would not go into multiple cities at a time. I would go probably one city, one new city at a time to make the base a little more, stronger, and to give them the best possible thing, rather than give them 10 and not being able to deliver the 100% experience that we want to deliver them. I would rather stick to one city or two cities in a year. But yes, K Town is going everywhere. That is sure.
No.
Amazing. This was a really interesting thing and not something I had even thought of as a question, but several people asked if there was a way that they could volunteer at the K-Town Fest, or like
So we
if there was
we
something
do.
to help.
Yeah, that's a good thing, because last Ketan, as I said, it was a whole team affair. And I had volunteers of, I think there were 27 volunteers who were all fans of K-pop. They were not at all no one else, but 27 in my team at that time were only volunteers for that K-Town festival. So we do take in K-Town festival volunteers, but it is subject to. I'll be very honest with you, because we experienced certain things last time when we had taken all these fans coming in the volunteer section, because they then go gaga over the artist, and then everything gets a little here and there. So we are trying to define certain profiles where we could take in, volunteers differently, and of course we always need helping hands, and we do take in volunteers. I think the volunteers list will come out when the teams announce it, also through the social media or something, or maybe they get into some bases and they do their thing. So I don't get into that zone, because that is a team's job, and I give them the 100% levy in that. But working towards their dreams, so for me, it becomes very much important that they are involved in that, in that dream in some manner or the other, whether we can give them volunteering on the D-Day or before, or maybe we can make them a part of that journey somewhere around. We do take in volunteers, so there is that hope always.
Excellent. Okay. There's been several questions about if there will be maybe official merch or albums coming to India, maybe at K-Town or separately.
Okay. Yes,
Oh.
there is going to be. I think people have to keep watching the website of Danny Immense first. There will be a lot more exciting announcements coming in soon. And
We're keeping our ears peeled.
Yeah.
yeah, so there are going to be merch stalls happening. We are working on certain things, and you can just keep a watch on the sites and the Instagram pages, please.
And keeping in the vein of all the teasing that is happening, I'm sure you would also be aware that everybody bombarded our question box with when is K-Town 2.2 happening? 2.0, not sorry, 2.2. And what is the lineup? I think there's been some tease of, I've seen the GOT7 reel. There was some hint that maybe felt like EXO. I mean, what can you
So
tell us?
the thing is, I can tell you this much: K-Town 2.0 happens in December. Okay,
Wow.
that is all that I give you out. All right.
Wow!
You heard
So
it
you're
first, everyone.
Rest
crazy.
all
Two
is
K-Towns
going
in
to
1
be
year.
from the pages announcements. I will be sticking to that. That is all that I will give it out to you. As far as the lineups, I'm sure I'm not going to disappoint the fans at all.
Yeah, I
And
mean, the
these
only way to go is up, and you've already started from such a great place.
No, and I'm telling you, the support that because the support that I saw from the fans last time, we could take the initiative of going higher and larger in scale. So you can see much larger than the first K Town festival. So just stay tuned.
Okay, so before we end, we also want to know a bit about you. Like, what are you as a fan? Like, who is your favorite K-pop group or idol? What's your favorite K-drama? And what is your dream artist that you want to bring to India?
Oh, that goes without saying. Lee Min Ho. I'm a huge fan of his.
Oh,
Huge
Oh,
fan.
nice.
Okay, so if you tell me to point out one K drama, it would be The King. Basically, my first is the Boys Over Flowers. So right, but I am biased to him. I'm just too biased to him. So I'm not sure whether I can get him to India. I would love to get him to India, but I'm not sure whether I will be justifying that because I will be the fan who will be going like gaga over him. So I'm going to restrict myself there. But that's I brought him here and I don't know what's happening and I'm just standing in front of him like that, frozen. So yeah, that is one. But if you ask me more about my choices, I'm a huge fan of The Rose.
oh,
Oh, wow.
I'm a huge fan of The Rose. I've attended their 3 concerts. I'm a huge fan of The Rose.
love.
And if you ask me for a solo artist, I'm a huge fan of Hanbin, Bi. I'm a huge fan of his, and Jackson Wang is my sweetheart.
Elite
I
taste.
think I'm very much out of the league because of my age, but these are my fans. I'm a huge fan.
Maybe
of
then
theirs.
we are also aging ourselves in this because we agree.
No.
Absolutely.
I would rather switch the thing of saying we are not aging. Actually, we are going younger because we are that fans.
I feel like Nuna Talk is for all fans, and I think it
Yeah,
ages not.
absolutely. And
Great example.
I will vouch for that because you having me here also makes me feel very young because I was telling my team I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. These are for young girls. Why don't you guys go and do it? They said no, we want you there. I said okay, let's see.
No, let's set this
No,
record
looking
straight. This
great.
is for all fans, gender, age, whatever.
Absolutely, and I love that. I love it. Has to have an inclusive community to be to bring the whole fandom industry together and we at Tani actually aim at bringing all the fandoms together. It is not about a particular fandom or a particular artist. It is basically the whole community of fans, and that's what I saw when I was beginning and I was feeling so much anxious when I could see that I could not see all the communities to come together, all the fans to come together, And I used to feel, why deprive? Let's come together. Let's work the best we can to get your artist, everybody together on board, because that's how we will grow stronger and larger. Like that is why this is happening.
No,
Okay,
fantastic.
last 2 questions. What is your favorite Korean food? Because we also love Korean food here. And one Korean restaurant you would recommend in Bombay.
So my favorite Korean food is kimchi rice. I love it. I think it's a meal in its own. You do not, and I'm a vegetarian, but I will tell you, I just love kimchi rice and I love gimbap. I love these two things, but. In Mumbai, if you ask me, I have eaten Bangtan Chef, I've eaten Hanguk, I've eaten at Sun and Moon, but I will go for Bangtan Chef.
Oh, lovely. Bangtan
Because-
chefs have done such a great job over the last couple of
Yes,
years.
absolutely, absolutely, and I love the way Ria takes things so personally, and she, builds these kinds of menus, and she's even doing those smaller events with the fans, which connects everybody together. And I really like that hard work that she's been putting before even I started my journey. So, I give a huge shout out to her. Bantan chefs have always done good, and in fact, in all my camps also that I have, I usually call in food from because she authentically serves Korean food, and we call in the foods from her, and I've always had amazing experiences. Everybody has been very happy about. Even our last event, they were there, and Bangtan chefs always.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sheetal, for joining us and giving us all the tea and a little exciting hint for what all there is to look forward to. And I think, I mean, I'm fairly sure, but like, I mean, comment down below if you disagree. But I think we established the Jong of Korea, the love of Korea. Like, this was
Absolutely, that is what I have received from there, and that's the reason you will see huge things and you bigger artists coming to India, because they have accepted that India is huge, the fandom is strong, and wild. So let's prove that in the K Town 2.0. And I'm glad you guys had me here, because this gives me an opportunity to call out to all the fans. Please come on, let's join hands, and let's get you tell me who you want, and let's work towards that dream to bring your artist, or maybe your the actor you like. Let's work on that. Let's work on that.
fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We will be back in exactly 2 weeks, maybe even sooner, with a brand new episode. Till then, I was Zara.
I was Sophia.
And this was Sheetal from Tani Entertainment and Events.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Love you all. Enjoy.
We will see you later. Bye.
Bye.